You don't have to do this every time, but the first thing you want to do is burnish a little bit of Vaseline just in case there's like an open spot. You don't want things sticking to it. You get the excess off. What I've been using has been this Parfilm Ultra 4. The materials we are going to be using will be Platsil Gel 10, which has got a shore hardness of 10. In order to make it easier for small appliances, I pour it into these Yorker bottles. So I've got part A, part B. You're going to be wanting to mix it 1 part of A by weight to 1 part of B to 4 parts of the deadener. It gives you a very soft gel-like material. If you want it a little firmer, you can do 1 to 1 to 3. If you wanted it pretty firm, it could be 1 to 1 to 2. I will probably mix up a batch that will be 3 grams of part A, 3 grams of part B, and then if each of those are 1, then the amount of deadener I will add will be 4 times one side, which would be 12 grams. Inside the misto is a thinned batch of Super Baldy's plastic cap material. It's thinned, it's 1 part of the cap material to about 4 parts of alcohol. We're going to start with 4 coats and see how thick it is, and if we need more, we can always put more on. Put the first coat on here. What I'm going to do is put a second one on, and then I'm going to blow dry it again. So I'm going to put another layer, which would be layer number 5, which is made up of Platsil Gel 10 Part A in the convenient Yorker bottle, Part B, then also deadener. I have some with too much tint in it. It'll be 1 part A, 1 part B, and then 4 parts of the deadener, 3 grams. Little Platsil Gel 10 Part B. I'm going to tear this down. I'm going to be putting in 12 grams of deadener, but I'm only going to use 2.5 grams of the tinted material. Put at 1.8, 1.9, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 3. 1 part, which is 3 grams of A, 3 grams of B, so it's 1 to 1 to 4 parts of the deadener, which gives us the 12. 4 times 3 is 12. And you mix it with a tongue depressor, Q-tip, to scrub it into all the details in the middle of the mold. We just scrape off the excess. I'm going to use the lighter fluid or naphtha to get the excess off. It's about 20-25 minutes later, and at this point the silicone has turned into this nice, very soft gel material. Very flexible, very skin-like, and slightly tacky, which kind of helps with the adhesion later on down the line. What we're going to do is use a little bit of Pros-Aide and put it on both the back of the card and around here, leaving that little gap around the thing, around the wound. You don't want to keep adding more and more Pros-Aide. You just want to put some on there and then work with what you've got. Press down firmly so that that is adhered around the outside edge. As I'm pulling this up, you'll see the film that I had put onto the injury. Pulling off with the well. Alright, what we have now is we're going to be applying this to John's shoulder here. He's going to be getting grazed up on his upper arm. So we're going to be putting Pros-Aide on the back of this and also on his arm where the piece is going to be applied. We're going to start by putting it down in the middle and pressing down outwards to get it down. And that is 99% isopropyl alcohol. If you use less concentrated, it might take a little bit more for this to work. But we need that alcohol for the colors anyway. Skin Illustrator, alcohol activated colors. They're rather nice in that you can put on thin translucent washes of color and they stay there. They're not affected by sweat unless your actor has been drinking like a fish, not naming any names. Skin Illustrator regular palette. The rice paper is a light stuff that was fairly close to his skin color. On top of that, I put a little bit of the Natural 2, which is a little bit of the light freckling. I'm doing right now a little bit of cedar brown, and I also used a little bit of the H blood color, which is sort of a reddish brown.
I thought it was on.
Redo!
Redo.
So we should have a little blood here somewhere.
Yeah, there should be some floating around here somewhere, I think.
Oh shit, I need him to pick up blood too. I got 2 gallons of blood.
This is easily removed with isopropyl myristate and alcohol. The alcohol will take off the colors and the myristate will take off the adhesive. I wouldn't try reusing these unless you make them extremely thick by not putting deadener in there. But thank you very much for your time, and don't forget to come back every week to Bob Kurtzman's Creature Core here on, it's not a TV station, is it? Okay.
www.creaturecore.net
www.creaturecore.net. Thank you much.